Hello, hello, my beautiful sacred masculines and anybody else who finds their way to this channel. Welcome. I'm so grateful for your presence and glad that you are here. My guides have been guiding me to talk about the elements as they relate to sacred sexuality. So we have been discussing the elements in various tarot readings that I've been doing. So if you've been watching those, you might be familiar. And if you're familiar with the tarot, you know that each suit is based on a different element: earth, air, fire, water. So how does that relate to sacred sexuality? And I've been bringing that into the cards and into the readings and just kind of diving into that a little bit more and exploring that. So there's many ways to use the tarot, and this bringing it into sacred sexuality and discussing like the earth element, I've really been connecting that to our body. So that's a different way than I might connect with that earth element in a general reading, which might be more about resources or material experience, etc. But within sacred sexuality, I'm relating to those cards, those earth cards, that suit as the body and our physical body. And so my guides have been saying, let's dive into that a little bit more. So we're going to do that in Tantra, Kashmir Shaivism, which is the tradition that I learned from my teacher. She was very into Kashmir Shaivism and Dzogchen Buddhism. So that is what I have learned from. And the Tattva teachings, the 36 Tattvas, the Tattvas are elements and experiences in our reality. They are what our reality is made up of, starting with Shiva, Lord Shiva at the top, or the Shiva principle, which splits into two and becomes Shiva and Shakti, the sacred feminine, sacred masculine principles. And from there, there's a cascading, and it continues to it's I was going to say devolve, but that's not really it. It kind of comes more into form as we go through the different tattvas, again, there's like a cascading from the top, that unity, that oneness, that supreme oneness, and all that is. And then it opens up into different experiences so that we experience this reality, ending with the 36 tattvas, end with earth, air, fire, water, which makes up our physical experience, and how we utilize our senses through those various elements to experience our world. And it goes up, from earth, air, fire, water. Then we get into the senses: hearing, sight, smell, taste. That's other ways that we experience our reality, right? And then it keeps moving up, and there's like time, passion, power, many different elements to our experience. It's a beautiful teaching and a beautiful way to understand reality and to connect with it, and to see how it opens up and how it moves back up. It's like a cascading down into this physical dense form, and then it goes back up into, it's a way to understand how it goes back up into not form, into that unity, that wholeness, that entire everything. That's a more subtle, it's a more subtle experience. It's not this dense gross form, which is what the earth is, right? It's a very hard form that we experience in this 3D reality. So it's a really lovely teaching, and really lovely understanding of reality, and a beautiful way to relate to it and help to open up and expand so much of our experience when we understand the tattvas and the teachings, and we relate to our reality from that place, from those understandings. It really gives us a much richer, fuller understanding of what's going on here, what our experience is, what a more broader experience is. So we can play within this realm of the senses of form and also of not form, of that unity consciousness and that oneness, when it all, because especially as it relates to sacred sexuality, the feminine and the masculine coming together to that one, that unity, that wholeness, you know, but then they split back apart, and they have to be apart for them to come together to experience that unity and that oneness. And that is the dance of creation here, and the dance of Shiva and Shakti, you know, the masculine and the feminine. So that's what's going on here. The one split into two to experience itself, and then it split further and further and further to create our reality, to create the experience that we have, to create this Leela, this play, this mansion of fun, as it said in one of the tantras. I love that, mansion of fun, because there's so much going on here. There's so much creativity. There's so much experience. There's so many different ways to experience our reality. And the tattvas is a very really beautiful way of understanding all that's going on here. So if that speaks to you, I highly recommend looking into that more. There's plenty of teachings online. There's beautiful books. I believe it's Chogyam Trungpa, who's a Buddhist teacher, really, really lovely, powerful teacher. He has I believe it's him, has a book on the 36 tattvas that are really digestible, easily accessible. I might have the author wrong. I hope I don't, but oh no, you know what? I think he did a realms teaching. I think I'm wrong on that. So anyways, there's a lot out there. So feel free to explore that. What we are concerned about here in this realm of sacred sexuality and in this context is earth, air, fire, water, and how we can connect with those elements to open up our experience of our sexual energy and what we're doing here in union within ourselves, always first and foremost with the divine, and then with each other, right? So we're going to start talking about earth element. And again, with sacred sexuality, I consider that earth element to be about our bodies. And how do we utilize that understanding of earth element to connect with ourselves, and again, then to connect with another? So we are in this 3D experience, right? We live here in this, on this earthly plane, in this earthly realm. We came here to be in a body. If we didn't want to experience the body, we wouldn't have come here for this. There's many different experiences we could have. There's very different incarnations. You know, we could have not incarnated into this earthly realm. Because we did, the body is very important, and so many religious traditions have shunned and shamed the body, and we've talked about this plenty, and related to it as something to transcend, and that the body is dirty, shameful, the originator of sin, you know, this sinful thing, this experience of degradation in the body is something to try to escape and get away from. And that has caused us so many challenges and issues and heartache and sorrow, and really a lot of pain, really. You know, so many of us are in shame around our bodies and around our sexuality and our sexual energy, and this desire and this longing for union, which again is a very sacred longing. It's the two wanting to become one. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. And when we can shift our perspective and shift the way that we relate to our bodies and that sexual longing and desire, that desire for union, when we can shift it and see that it is a gorgeous, beautiful, amazing, empowering, loving way to relate and to experience our bodies and to experience our sexuality, to experience the divine, when we can shift that perspective, shift the paradigm, and start cherishing and enjoying and savoring and celebrating our beautiful bodies and our sexuality, everything changes, everything shifts, you know. But there's a lot of guilt, sin, and shame, punishment mentality that we need to sift through and dig down through before we can reach that point. So that's where our work lies, you know, and what we're doing here and why we're having these conversations, first and foremost, to bring the awareness, to understand that where did this stuff come from, and what are we carrying, and recognizing it's not ours. It's not ours. Growing up in this society, we've taken on a lot around the body and around our sexual energy that just simply isn't supporting us, and quite the opposite. It's really keeping us in again a lot of pain. So recognizing that isn't ours, and that isn't the truth, isn't the truth we want to align with. If you're here, I don't imagine that's the truth you want to align with. Something bigger is calling to you, and you understand that there's a different way to relate to your sexual energy, and you long for that. So that's what we're doing here. I'm sure some people are quite happy with that other belief system, but that's not what we're doing here. So yeah, a new way to relate to our body and to our sexual energy. And that's why a lot of the practices are about coming down into the body, getting grounded, connecting with the earth, connecting with that earth element, with our Mother Earth, the sacred feminine element. The earth element is a feminine element. There are, just like as everything is split initially into two, the feminine and the masculine principles, the elements have a feminine or masculine quality. That doesn't mean that we're not made up of all of these elements. Each one of us is comprised of every element. All 36 elements are part of our experience, but some are masculine qualities, some are feminine qualities. So just like I embody physically more of the feminine expression, and you, depending on what gender you came in or what body, you might be expressing more masculine or more feminine traits and qualities and physical expression. So, but we each have all of these, we each have both of these energies, feminine and masculine. Everything does. It's just a way that, I don't know if you can hear that bell, it's lovely. It's just the way that reality is created, as the split into two. So we could call it something else or something else, but that's just what it is, and how we can understand and work with it and relate with it. But try not to get hung up on gender. It's not that in that sense. It's just, yeah, I think I said enough about that. But again, coming back to the degradation of the physical body, it is about the degradation of the feminine as well, because the body is feminine. The earth element is feminine. Our 3D, this physical experience, is one of feminine. It's the earth is a feminine energy, and so that's part of the disconnect as well. So when we start relating to our body and to the earth and to the sacred feminine in a more healthy and nourished way, we can start really appreciating her and appreciating that aspect of our reality, and start cherishing it more, and understanding that the body and the sensations and the physical pleasure of the body and the desire of the body to come into union is holy and sacred and gorgeous and beautiful, and something to be cherished and nurtured and appreciated, in gratitude for these beautiful bodies. Once we again shift that paradigm and start coming into appreciation, it really shifts our experience and our reality. So that is really, I think, what I wanted to say about that. And I was talking about the grounding practices and the practices to come into our body again, why I'm really into sensual dance, and again, moving the body, feeling the body, coming into the body, connecting with it, bringing our mental energy down into the body. We're hyper focused up here. Not to poo-poo the mind. The mind is gorgeous and beautiful, and we'll talk about that next with the air element. But bringing some of that energy that's imbalanced, bringing it down into the body so that we can open up the body, open up our experience of the body. Again, we have too much of the energy and the focus up here, so we can be really disconnected from our body. We can be experiencing a lot of numbness. There might be pain in our body regarding sexuality, pain, numbness, things not working properly because we're so disconnected from that and we're too in the mind. So, bringing down or things working too fast, like premature ejaculation can be a thing because we're just like, there's not a balance here in the energies, and that's one way to relate to that and to understand that. I feel that a lot of times it's coming into balance and moving the energy from spreading it out more, because it can be to one place or the other. So what more do I want to say about that? And I highly recommend, joining me in those dance videos. I know they're fun to watch, but the idea is to get up and move into your body and feel your body, connect with your body, think into your body. Where have you been disconnected from it, and where have you not paid attention to it, and not cherished it, and not cared for it, and not loved it, and not nourished it? That's the idea, is to really come down into it and start paying more attention to it, recognizing it, breathing into it, utilizing that air energy, utilizing the mind. This is how we bring balance into everything. We utilize the mind that's hyperactive to bring that awareness and attention down into our bodies, to really, because that's how we're going to connect more fully with a partner. It's not, the mental connection is beautiful too, but again, when we're hyper focused on the one and not really in our bodies, we can be it's just a very different experience. It's about experiencing all of our sacred sexuality with body, mind, spirit, with all of the elements, earth, air, fire, water, bringing all of ourselves to this experience of sexuality, vitality, life force energy, which really is what our sexuality is. It's our life force energy. So bringing that life force energy into our bodies, opening up our bodies, breathing into our bodies, connecting from our bodies. A lot of people, a lot of clients, I've had, were just like, they're not even feeling what I'm doing because they're too in their mind, and they're just, or maybe they're really numbed out and need like really intense what's the word I'm looking for, stimulation to even feel anything. And this can happen a lot when we're watching pornography too much, or we're too into like online images, or that's a disconnect again from the body. And let me just say right now, this is the perfect time to be practicing when you're working with the body, working with coming down into the body with the self-pleasuring practices that really bring your awareness down into your body, and self-pleasuring is not all about the genitals, This is very pleasurable when you can just bring your awareness there, allow yourself to feel into that and to experience that beautiful touch. A lot of people feel like the sexual experience is all about the genitals, and they're not able to enjoy a full body experience and all of the things that I was going to say lead up to that, but it's not leading up to that. It needs to be a whole experience, and that's a huge part of sacred sexuality, is opening the experience of this sexual energy. We're really hyper focused on these genitals, It can be such a bigger experience. So when you're looking to connect more with the earth element regarding sacred sexuality, practice that. Practice coming into your body when you're self-pleasuring. Try moving away from just the genitals. Explore all of the body. Breathe into wherever you are touching yourself, or wherever you're touching a partner, or a partner is touching you. This is part of what we do in the sacred sexuality ritual, just really breathing into that and slowing it down. Slow down. Feel millimeter by millimeter, just like, wow. Feel the sensation of your fingertips. Feel the sensation of whatever part that's being touched. Just really like be present with that. Come into that. Breathe into that. It's delicious. It's gorgeous. It's stunning. It's exquisite when we allow ourselves to come down into our bodies. And this is something you can practice all throughout the day. Breathe down into your body. What is it doing? What is it touching? What is happening with the body? Feel your where you're seated. Feel your feet on the earth. You know, put your bare feet on the earth. This is an excellent way to connect with earth energy. Bare feet or shoes block that that beautiful magnetic frequency from the earth. The oh my gosh, it drives me nuts when words don't come to me. The frequencies of the earth, you know, we need to be able to touch and feel it. You can touch a tree and you'll get the same effect. You can just feel it wash over you, that beautiful frequency of the earth. So you don't have to do bare feet, but touch a plant, touch a tree out there, outside. Put your hands on the grass and just feel the earth energy moving up towards you and get very conscious of the earth. Feel her. Feel her. We live on this gorgeous goddess, a huge goddess. Oh my gosh. And a lot of us are just completely unaware of this energy, this frequency that is completely surrounding us. It's stunning and exquisite and gorgeous. Just sit with that and just like, oh my God. Open up to that just sublime goddess energy. Invite that in. Open your senses, open your experience, expand out and to really feel her embrace you. Wow. Wow. I can feel her right now when I do that and when I say that. This is part of connecting with the earth element and coming down into your body more. And talk to her. Ask her to support you in your sacred sexuality journey. She's amazing. She's stunning. This is our home. This is our mother. Seriously. It's a beautiful symbiotic relationship. You know, she is here to support us in a really powerful way when we connect with her as such. If that speaks to you, you know, try it. You know, it's can really open things up for you. Again, if it speaks to you. So yeah. So there's a number of different practices to support coming down into your body, just sitting and breathing into your body with that intention of just feeling into the body, self-pleasuring. Open that up and expand that to really feel into your body and really connect with it. Sitting on the earth, touching the earth with the intention of connecting more fully with the earth element, getting conscious of it. Eating earthy foods, root vegetables, beets, carrots, onions. Let me take back the onions. That can actually kind of clog up energy field or energy channels. So it's let's go with the beets and the carrots and the potatoes, you know, just root vegetables, rutabaga. Yum, yum, yum. Wonderful. Earthy energies, earthy energies. Go dig in the dirt, plant some flowers, you know, something. Get in there and really feel it, really feel it. And meditate on the earth element. What does it mean to you? You know, feel into it. Try not to look things up right away. Feel into them more, you know. Feel into your body more. What is it trying to tell you? You can ask it questions as well and just start listening. What does your body need? How can you take care of it more? Nutrition is very important. What do you know you need to cut out of your diet? What do you know you need more of? How can you drink more water to support your body? You know, a lot of things we can do. Exercise, moving the body, sensual dance. I really just can't say enough about that. Really allow yourself to feel the music and move. That's a great way to connect with the earth element. And when we start doing this and start awakening our body and connecting with it more fully, the experience we have of our sensuality and our sexual energy is just such a richer one and a fuller one. And we'll just start noticing changes in our health as well when we start paying attention to our body more and really cherishing it and celebrating it for the gorgeous vehicle and vessel that it is, right? And this is part of the sacred sexual ritual that we'll be doing, which is honoring and cherishing. On my one-on-one sessions, I offer this, and this is something we'll be doing in India, a sacred sexual ritual, where we will be honoring and cherishing and celebrating each other's bodies and the god and goddess that lives within this beautiful vessel, your temple. This is your temple. This is how you experience this beautiful world, right? Cherish it, honor it, take care of it, awaken it. That brings me to the traumas and the energies and the sorrows that we hold in the body as well. As we start on this journey and start connecting with our body more, we can start releasing some of that stuff as well. So that's an important piece of this process. Part of the reason we've disconnected from the body also is because we do carry a lot of pain in here, a lot of stress and tension and anxiety and sorrows, traumas, memories. All of it is in our body. We store that in our body. All the emotions that we've repressed get stored in our body. And this is something that we will address and open up and clear out in a really big way in my 12-week program, in my energy and sound healing sessions, and on our pilgrimage to India. So, and part of the sacred sexual rituals as well is moving that energy, opening things up. We are energy bodies. This physical form, our body, is a dense, gross manifestation of our energy body. Our more subtle body manifests into this reality as this body. So everything we're carrying in our energy body manifests through our physical body, which is what all disease and illness is. It's our emotional, mental experience showing up in the physical body. So when we clear out these energies, we drastically change our body's experience and drastically change our health, which is why I've seen huge health improvements for people that have gone through the program. Big, like eyesight improving by 50%, something crazy. Somebody who needed back surgery no longer needed back surgery after going through this program because they were clearing the energy out that was causing the blockages and the turmoils and issues. Was it liver disease, reversed? Because again, clearing that energy out, that's what disease is. It's energy in the body. It's inflammation in the body. So drastic changes in the body when you go through energy healing and sound healing. We are made of frequency that's like, it gets stuck in there. When we are shoving down anger and shoving down any sort of emotions, they just get trapped in our body like this. It's like, and then which is a dense frequency. It's just a tangled up, knotted frequency, of stress and when we come in with sound and energy healing, it opens that up. It breaks up that frequency, that density, and allows it to flow through, which is what drastically changes the health of the body. It's cleared out. There's no more of that, tension and inflammation. It clears it out. So that really opens things up, opens up the flow, opens up for our sexual energy to flow. That's another reason why our sexual energy isn't flowing, because we're really like, a lot of stuff going on in there. So that helps to open it up. So I invite you to check out my website for more information on that program if that's something that speaks to you, because we do weekly energy healing sessions each week of those 12 weeks. It's like, so you have a very different energy body by the end of that, as so much is cleared out, so much of the mental thought patterns and belief systems and unhealthy things that you're carrying around in there. So and we'll also be doing energy healing sessions and sound healing at the pilgrimage in India. So that's going to be, with that powerful spiritual energy of India, it's going to be supercharged. Oh my gosh. So anyway, so back to the body. There's a number of practices right there that I just offered you to really start coming into the body and connecting with it more and more and more, which really helps to open up and expand your sacred sexual experience, you know, and everything else. It's going to drastically change your experience, you know, when you start connecting more fully with the body. And if you have any practices or things that you have been doing that support your connection with the body, please feel free to share them in the comments. I welcome them and would love to hear what you're doing and how you help to connect with your body. What really turns you on in that way? What really helps you to really get into that delicious, beautiful, amazing, sensual body of yours, and, you know, and experience the world through this. This is all of our senses, and it's just amazing. These bodies are amazing, what they do and what they're capable of, and all the pleasure that they can experience when we really support them and allow them to do so. Again, clearing out that numbness, clearing out the tension. So much pleasure, so much beauty and gorgeousness in these bodies. Woo! Okay, I think that is it for right now. And we will continue on in this series with air, fire, and water after this. So, and then maybe spirit and source, because that's another gorgeous element. So thank you so much for being here. Again, check out my website for so much more if you're interested in moving forward with any of these sacred sexuality sessions, energy and sound healing, spiritual guidance. When you're ready to get into that program, that 12-week intensive, the next cohort starts in June, and I'm so excited. And we definitely dive into this, into the elements there, and into the body for sure, right? Of course, the sacred sexuality. And then the pilgrimage to India, when you're ready to embark on that. I have a whole website devoted to that. So there's so much more information about all of this on my website. So feel free to check that out. And thank you so much for your presence, so much for being here. I'm just so thrilled to be connecting with you and supporting us all on this journey towards greater self-love. So once we are full of our own self-love, then we can really bring that out and share with a partner, share with the world, you know, shining our light bright, having those deep, passionate, fulfilling, nourishing relationships that we truly long for, So thank you all. Wishing you much love on your journey. Bye. Where's my little cursor? There it is. Bye.